sisters, get in the building. We are here for another episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We about to get into it because it was some crazy things. But first, you know what we gotta do? All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Hope you got your drinks. Hope you got your snacks. Because we here and we about to get into some things. Allow me to introduce my lovely co-host, the one and only, the undisputed African queen, Miss Maud Afro Mama. Hey, baby. Hey, sister.
What's going on?
How are you? I missed you last week.
I know. I'm here now.
Yes, you are. And guess who else is here? The receipt queen, the undisputed receipt queen, the one and only Miss Dina, aka Christina. Hey, girl, hey.
Since we doing the pageant wave.
I guess we doing the pageant wave tonight, honey. I guess so. We missed each other last week, and we are finally all back together as a collective, and it feels so good. Yes. And what a freaking episode to come back to. Let's see who is in the chat. We got Monique King in the building. She has graces with her presence, y'all. Look at that one. Hello. And of course, Miss BB. Let's see how much violence she woke up and showed today. Now, because y'all know how Miss BB do. Now, y'all know.
And I'm here for all of it.
You know
I am here for it.
You know it. So my computer will not let me be great today and allow me to put the highlights up next to. So we're just going to put it up and down for a little bit today, but we will be discussing the continuance of LaTisha and Kiki. Marceau kicks Tisha out the office and that whole bit. The way Marceau spoke to Tisha and MJ agreed that it was not okay. We've got LaTisha calls Mel, went out with Kimmy. That was a shocker. And Marceau and Papa Scott talk. Papa Scott has entered the chat. LaTisha's spa event. Good Lord, so many things went on with that. We had Mel's deflection with Tiffany. We had Kiki calling out Stormy for asking about Marceau posting boys trip. We got Kiki versus Tiffany, period. And then we will discuss anything we missed. But the fun thing for me that I got at the bottom is I want to know about this whole story that Marceau and Papa Scott was talking about with Maurice rolling up leaves and smoking them, child. Like, what is Maurice? What are you doing, honey? I don't know.
Is he trying to build his own cigar brand or something?
Look, is that where Marceau got the idea initially? I think Maurice deserves some of that, some royalty, loyalty checks, whatever. He needs to get in up on the end because he's
something.
He set him off. Okay, so let's talk about first of all the continuance of LaTisha and Kiki. Now, since y'all wasn't here last week, so it's perfect that I get to hear y'all take on that. So now that we've seen the whole thing, what do y'all think about the whole Kiki and LaTisha's conversation that they had when they boxed it out?
Okay, first of all, I thought the scene was over dramatic because they made it seem like they was about to be fighting each other and they wasn't. I mean, not that I wanted to see that anyway. I'm just saying that's what it looked like in the, like the previews or whatever. And then I'm tired of them rehashing these old stories. Like, how many times is we gonna talk about this? Like how they said the other day, this could have been an email. Y'all could have texted each other this. Y'all could have did a FaceTime video. Google Duo something. Y'all didn't have to take up our screen time with this. I'm over it.
Right. I mean, come on.
I actually didn't know, she was inside. That Kiki was in such a bad place, like with the whole situation. Like I at least got understanding, And having that understanding, can see why, while it wasn't her place to share, I can see why Tisha would want to share that with Melody. Although it wasn't her place, you can see why. She wasn't, I don't think her intentions were bad. She has always cared for Kiki, and I think that's why, she got hurt. And listen, you'd think that Dina, you'd think that this is over. It's not over. Did you watch Kiki's live? She's still in there. She's still digging.
I know. That's what I'm saying. For me, it's like either y'all gonna agree to disagree or y'all gonna kiss and kumbaya. But this same storyline, it's like, I don't know how much more you got to say for her to understand that even though she wasn't trying to be malicious, it came across malicious to the other ladies because they made it malicious. They took lines and ran with it. I 100% get what took place. I'm just tired of hearing about it. And like, I feel like either y'all move on or stop dealing with each other. But you got to deal with each other because she's a whole cast member now, not just the cousin or whatever. So I 100% get what took place. I'm just saying, move on.
Okay, BB says Kiki is full of it. Thought she was winning and realized she was used. Kiki was a liability, and if she was my cousin, I would not ever trust her.
I can agree with that too. I mean, she knew what she was doing. It was a play on words. I don't know. I don't think she meant to be that malicious. I don't think she meant for it to go that far. I think she was just trying to, get a little one up in the situation, or maybe she was, flirting with danger so she could get the girls to like her. I don't know. All I know is that I'm ready for y'all to move on to another topic.
All I know is these women have been, very close throughout their lives and their family with each other. And the bond that I feel that they had, you don't find that bond often, even with friends or family. And so I understand, for as much as they were close, that's why whatever they did to each other, they both feel hurt by it. And that's and when it comes down to it, both of these women are hurt. That's right. What it is. Both of these women are hurt. But both of these women are going to need to take accountability in order for them to move forward, though.
Right.
But however, and it looks like Tisha doesn't want to take accountability. But however, I don't feel like Tisha's taking accountability yet, because Kiki ain't putting everything out there either that is so deep rooted in what they have going on. So I think that's what's the problem from one to another.
So there's a deeper issue that we ain't never gonna get. So maybe they need to have that powwow off camera or something and come back and kumbaya, because I understand there are some things that are just like way below the belt that you don't want the whole world to know. If there was, some crazy mess going on in the family, drug, we already know about her drug addiction, and there might have been some things she did to the family, or some things that might have happened to her living that drug life, or whatever. Right. I totally get that. That ain't for everybody to know. That's between you and God, or you, God, and whoever else was in the room. I 100% get that. But then y'all have that conversation off air, and y'all get to a point where, okay, we gonna go and talk about this, and then we gonna kumbaya, because all of this right here is like, this is what, the third season now that we still talking about the same thing? Second or third season?
Second, third, technically
okay, yeah.
Third, but they second.
I agree with Dina enough. Just like the way we were tired of Mattel and Melody fighting, I am liking this Melody of this season so far. I really am, because
I said that last week.
I am yes, I'm like, oh my gosh. Even when she was talking about her kids, she never saw her raising her kids outside of, without daddy and mommy in the same household. That got me emotional, because, as a mother, having 3 children or 4 children with the same guy, had been married to this person, the last thing that you want is, what she's going through right now. So I'm liking it. So far.
So far.
Keyword so far.
So far. We'll keep tabs on that.
Right. Because I'm still upset with the whole telling somebody they need to DM her to get her new phone number. I still ain't cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was messed up. Yeah, like really. But back to Kiki and Tisha real quick. You know, when it came out that Kiki was like "F you" and that baby, like that is what was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is deeper
Yes.
than it needs to be.
Yes.
Like this is real deep.
Right. And you're telling me that outside my house, in my house.
Yeah.
And then she continues. Tisha continues to talk about how Kiki wanted her attention and all that. Well, she had just had a C-section. I mean,
it's just crazy. And so
that again, she was not in the right mindset. You know what I mean? So then we cannot,
Yeah, and so that's that whole thing. So when Tisha did have the baby, she had a C-section, and she obviously had prescriptions from that, and that is what was said that Kiki took from her. That is so. That is probably why Tisha said what she said, to be careful when you come to your house, because she might be going through your bathroom and through your medicine cabinet, that sort of thing. So that's where that whole thing came from.
Oh my gosh.
So she's been to rehab now. How long has Kiki been sober?
This was when Tisha was pregnant. I don't know with which kid, but I guess after she said "F you and your baby," that's when Tisha took her to get help, and that's when she got clean. So I guess
let's just assume it was the last baby. How old is the last baby?
Maybe 7, 8.
I want to say around 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 8, 9. Yeah.
So maybe going on 9 this year if they haven't turned already. Yeah. Okay,
so let's just say 7 or 8, 6 or 7 years or whatever.
Yeah,
you guys, we have to really. Tisha, we can disagree on many things, but Tisha is really a good human being. Can you imagine your cousin? If that's what happened, if she took the medication or not, and you're the one who's volunteering to go take her to get some help. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. Ooh, Bibi says this may have to do with Kiki's father and mother and Wanda. Wanda said in another interview that her brother, Kiki's father, wanted Kiki's mother to unalive the baby when the mother was preggo. Oh, yeah. And we hear a lot about that whole thing, because when Kiki stepped on the scene for the second time on the show, her and Wanda, Miss Wanda had words and were exchanged back and forth. So it's some deep rootedness stuff that in that family that we definitely do not know about.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot more.
Letting us know what they want. It's a trick question. Don't answer that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more, and I think it's stuff that not every person watching needs to. That's like I said. That's between them, God, and the therapist or whatever.
True. Okay, true. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which was Marcel kicks Tisha out the office. So
trash.
First of all, let's back up, because I think the whole conversation with Tisha and Kimmy, and Tisha calling Kimmy first. So let's go to that. So Tisha meets up with Kimmy, and they're conversating whatever, and Kiki's. And they're talking about them Scott men and how they gotta do to get what they want from them and all of this other stuff. And so Tisha wants to talk to Mel when Mel calls Kimmy. Mel calls to ask Kimmy about some massages, and Tisha invites Mel to her little spa event she got coming up. So Kimmy says, Mel says, yeah, she was real cool about it and everything. Usually Mel would have threw some shade. She would have acted funny, but she was straight to the point. Like, Mel is zen, for real. I don't know if it's her boo that she got. Maybe it is. Maybe he hitting them spots. She getting them spots hit right finally again. And
No, Mel is being humbled because nobody wants to film with her. So she's got to be nice and eat a little crow so she can film with everybody so she can get her check.
But Mel
Because if
don't
I
care about
acted the way she acted, well, who's she gonna film with? You know what I'm saying? Who she gonna film with? You telling Stormy she need to DM you to get the number. You know what I'm saying? You got issues with this person, that person, they mama. You know this is and the third. They bringing on new characters for you to film with, like this Nail and Chris or whatever. So
well, they've been there because they've been.
I know what I'm saying is.
You guys have to do that. That's what you got to
Yeah,
talk
I remember, but I mean, they're not staples of the show. How many times have they actually popped up?
And
so what I'm saying is,
less if they came back.
She's going above and beyond to try to film with people so she can still continue to get a check. Because if she didn't have nobody to film with, they not going to be sitting there filming her all the time with her kids making Christmas cookies and shit, and everybody else is going on with their life.
Christmas cookies and shit.
Or pretzels or whatever the hell it was they was making.
Right. And now I don't think even she's gonna be bringing her mama. So she has to, that she's making a smart move.
This man ain't coming back. If she ain't coming to like she ain't coming back.
That's what I'm saying. So she doesn't have anybody else to film with. To Dina's point.
No, let's not say that many. No, let's not say that many years. So. Okay, Marcella, I think I need an update. We gonna have to talk tomorrow because I'm reading between your lines. Because I know how you are, so I'm reading between your lines. Okay. Mel got to talking to that fake Carlos and producer that she was told to behave herself and film with other people. Mel is not fooling me. Yeah, and that's another thing too. People are questioning the status of Mel and Carlos King relationship these days because some say that he's tired of her, and
I don't think he's tired of her. I mean, he was up singing praises when he invited her to his YouTube channel. This Carlos King is also getting to my nerves, you guys. It's like he really is annoying me.
He's annoying you because he's doing all this other shit that he ain't even a part of.
Why is he reviewing shows that he's producing?
I don't know. We gonna let him be great. We gonna let him be great and move on because we could go down that rabbit hole, and I'm not trying to be up that long talking about Carlos King.
Oh, she don't care that much.
And man, look, let me tell you something. I got to go to work tomorrow. We could be talking about him till tomorrow because we all know the crazy mess that he doing with all of these interviews of anybody and everybody that'll come over to his channel. So let's just not.
Let's go on. Next scene. That is true.
Woo. True. She told no lies. No lies
told.
Okay. She told no lies. She told that one lie.
Facts. Because I know she ain't selling. Because them God said go shelves was too full. Okay. Because see, when you selling, you be like, nah, girl, I ain't got no smalls. You're gonna have to get a medium if you want one. Them shelves was full.
Oh shit! Well, she got a whole new thing out now. That
she got a skincare line.
No, a whole new saying because she got new merch on the shirt now.
God bless you on your journey.
From whatever she said.
That's the new shirt say. God bless you on your journey.
Every interview, Carlos points out Mel's statements in a good or bad way. Because that's where you find out. How Carlos shows out for you, if whether or not he fuck with you or not. Really, he do. Okay, moving right along. What we got? Okay, so now that we talked about Storm, because the point I was making was Tisha was talking to Kiki, asking how to get what she need from Marceau because of her whole office, her desk being taken away from her. So that gets us to Marceau kicks Tisha out the office. So how do y'all feel about this? Because the way he talked to her about this, like he had no reservations for her feelings or what she was even thinking or dealing with. So she comes to him and tells him, like, look, I feel some type of way how you just kicked me out of my spot. I come in, you got somebody sitting in my spot, projectors up, degrees up, computer screen up, and everything. And it's like, that's her space. That's her space that she had. So she is completely upset because Marcel just basically just moved a roommate in and kicked her out. And his response to how she feels really messed with me. Because the way he said, well, ain't no commerce been generating from this desk anyway. He just completely downplayed her in everything that she has worked for and done for this company. And it's just like, oh my God, once again, every couple of weeks, Marcel will say some shit to Tisha that just completely fucks me up. And this is one of them. And I would love to hear what my thought about this, because this is your couple.
I think the only problem I have with that is he never communicated to Tisha about it and the delivery of the message. I understand where he's coming from, saying, yo, why do you need a space? This space is not paying bills. Okay? It's not paying bills. I'm sorry. Why do you need a chair, executive chair over here, and nothing is... Why don't I bring somebody who's going to make use of this space and generate some income? I got no problem with that. The only issue... Listen, it is difficult to do business with your partner, with your spouse. Mm-hmm. Because you just don't, you don't want to bring those problems to the house. And I think this is what we are seeing happening. So the only problem I have with that is the delivery of the message. I get the point. Why do you need a big...
She's trying to make or that he's trying to make?
I get the point. The delivery of the message is what I have a problem with. That's all. And everything else he said, I was here for it. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a business. It's business. I'm making a business decision. And he gave a very good explanation, saying, you are the owner of this business, but then I get to do daily operations. I'm the one who's involved with that. I run the company. I know who is supposed to be. And, those are the things that they would have discussed prior to all this, this is your role. You're supposed to be doing this. This is my role. If I want to hire somebody, I don't have to come by you telling you that I'm going to hire this person. Those are things that they would have discussed before all this. I don't know why it's coming up right now. Like, I mean, so that's but it's Marcel. It's Marcel. I mean, what do you expect?
From the outside looking in, what you think, Dina?
Well, first of all, I'm not asking nobody how to talk to my husband, okay? Especially if I've been married to this man for such and such long. Now, if this was a new marriage where they were 6 months to a year in, and she was like, girl, these Scott men is all alike, how you get through this, whatever. Okay, then that makes sense. But you've been married to this man for 15 years, and I'm not here for it, okay? Number one. Number two, I ain't finna be letting nobody talk to me any kind of way. Now, first of all, you praise and say, I didn't have these ideas to bring money in. I'm good at doing this. I didn't went back to school, whatever she got going on. And you pray 1 minute you praising her for that, but then in the same breath, now you gonna say ain't no money being generated out of this chair. Well, somebody generating some money somewhere because the lights are still on in the building. Okay, right. So. If your money is my money is your money. So if I bring in $5,000, we bring in $5,000. If you bring in $10,000, we bring in $10,000. In the eyes of the law, we are one person right now. So I thought that was some shady bullshit. I don't like it. I don't like the way he minimizes her. I don't like the way he talks down to her. And I'm just not here for it. On the other hand, that's the man she married. She been with him for 15 years. So if she like it, I love it. Just don't be crying about it.
I agree with you. And I like that she did not start crying and she faced him and she questioned it. I like that. And I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, yes, your money is my money, right? But when it comes to running this business, you know, if you're not, and I'm not saying that you did not bring in money, you know, to take us where we are right now as a business. But then again, you don't have to be involved in these little things, you know, of hiring and because if I'm the one who's running the show, I'm not saying that I'm not discrediting you or whatever you've done. I'm saying, you know, let's cut expenses. If you have to cut expenses because I'm gonna have somebody to come take over your desk, I mean, it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's business. You gotta make some decisions, you know, when you're running a business. TISHA is worried about wrong things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that Scott Manor is sure looking like the charade. What was she calling it?
Chateau
Charade. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be built in some. By the time that thing get built, it'll be 2030.
Child, stop it. Leave it alone. We gonna leave it alone.
I mean, granted, I'm just being funny now. I understand that you know, we had COVID and, you know, 2020 was a rough year for everybody and it put a lot of things back on the back burner and they probably gotta, you know, do some things to get some money and get other projects back on track to get money to get that project back going on. I'm just being funny.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
It happens, but all I know is this house better be laid from the root to the tube, east to west, north to south when this thing.
Okay.
And y'all better not ever have to do a single renovation on it for as long as y'all live in this mug for all of this. Like, really, y'all better get it right, however. And y'all better do it on them when you do it. Make sure y'all better make sure y'all get something going on to pay for all this. Like, like, yeah, the money got to be coming from somewhere. Or maybe because shoot is.
But also, guys, I like the way the son responded. Meaning, he's not gonna be like daddy. He's not gonna continue with his behavior of daddy speaking to. He said, "My gosh," or maybe he has a humor just like his dad, though. You know, I don't know which one it is. Him saying that, you know, I'm not going to let anybody that I've been married to for 17 years talk to me like that. I mean, we don't know if he's being humorous like his dad, dry humor, you know.
You know, if he wasn't, he's the MVP of this episode.
Yes.
Because that alone, like, okay, got you. Right. But, well, see, here was the thing for me. So after he has said what he said to her, the money ain't really generating from that desk anyway. And if you want to speak to me, come to me with logic or whatever, all that shit. So right after that was said, it was like, and it went to a different scene. It went to commercial. I was waiting for that scene to come back.
And it didn't.
Now, how I feel and hoping is that once he said that, TISHA was like, went off, and Mars was like, y'all can't show that.
Yeah, we ain't airing that.
Because that's what we have to understand. When it comes to editing, we can see what Marcel says, but don't mean we're going to see TISHA's reaction.
Because they want us to continue. Because they have a narrative. They want to see Marcel as a guy who is saying all these things and TISHA is not responding. They have a narrative. They want to, continue to pull. So.
Right. And we watch and we talk about it.
That's why I'm not worked up with this situation. I'm like, I know we're in the woke. Everybody is woke. You cannot say anything about this. And now I'm like, chill.
I mean, you have woke on one side and you have cancel culture on the other. It's like, really? It's just the medium you find. Okay, what we got next? Let's see. Let's find something else. Okay, let's keep it up. Speaking the way Marcel spoke, agreed. So that was the same thing. It went into one. And we talked about Letitia calling Mel about Kimmy and said she'd come. So the Marcel and Papa Scott talk.
Oh,
Okay.
I love
I
that.
was so
Love it.
surprised to see Papa Scott. And of course, I have been waiting for one of their parents to come on the show this whole time. And I was like, what? Papa Scott in the building? What? Okay. So he sits down with Marcel at the cigar lounge. And he like a kid in the candy store. He grabbed out 8 cigars in one while. Marcel was like, hey,
Hold on, we ain't talking about that much. That's free.
He was like, Papa Scott, her friend was like, skirt.
Look, let me tell you something. If my kids own something, whatever it is they own, I'm going in there scooping. If they own a candy store, a cigar bar, I don't even smoke cigars. I'll be selling them on eBay or something. I'm taking everything that's free. Like I gave birth to you. Damn it, anything and everything you ever have that I can collect is free to me.
I'm with you 100%. Right. I'm not asking nobody for nothing.
I want all the free drinks. I want all the free food. I want all the free cigars.
He came in wanting compensation.
Right. Well, no, what's the other word?
Ain't nothing new being said. What, you talking about the whole TISHA and Marcel thing? Probably. But so anyway, Papa Scott was giving some wisdom to Marcel, and Marcel's always and has been struggling with work and how much to work and juggling between family and everything, and he still is. Now that I just said this, I don't know why this brought up in my mind, but whatever happened to the whole depression thing he was going through? Remember that? Remember he was depressed for a little bit, and we never heard nothing else about it. Like, how did he deal with it? We didn't hear nothing about that. See, that's why I need an interview. I have so many questions.
See? Exactly.
And so anyway, so it was real nice for Marcel to be able to get some words of wisdom from his dad. It was a very nice moment. They smoked cigars in his establishment, and he told him, like, look, you need to make sure you take time out for yourself. You can do all of this work, but never enjoy the fruits of your labor. And so what are you working for? And I believe that wholeheartedly. You can't just work. 'Cause what are you working for if all you're doing is working? Now, Papa Scott said he ain't go do nothing for himself, take a cruise till he was 50 years old. Mm-hmm. And that is kind of depressing. Like, and not until you were 50, you took your first cruise. That is not living. Mm-hmm. Like, you have got to live. You have got to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So it was really nice that we got to see that moment between Marcel and his dad. I wish Maurice could have been there. It could have been. Yeah. Even Mark too. Get all the Scotsmen all in one roof.
I know.
How that goes.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely.
I spoke too much. Let me take some of that back. But it's fascinating. Mark has completely left the whole. No one's even thinking or talking about Mark anymore. Like, it's done and over with. Mm-hmm. That was like a point in the life and history of Mary Huntsville. And I still keep in touch with him, though. He's doing good. He's crazy as ever still. He's still doing Brown Roots, y'all. So make sure y'all check out Brown Roots every Friday, I believe. It's a good program. Pop got fast forwarded. Damn, baby, did you watch the goddamn episode? Shit. Mark has been saying the same nonsense since season 3. He works too much. He needs to take it. He's missing his kids.
He
didn't care.
I agree with Bibi because I agree with Bibi because even after the dad said all those things, he goes to his confession and he said, if my dad is telling me all these things, I'm not going to stop working. Time to stop is not now. So dad did not say anything to him.
And that's what made me upset. So that was the flip side to it. After that beautiful moment was had, like, we don't get to experience these kind of moments on this show, first of all, because it's become completely ratchet. We don't get to experience this type of Black excellence that y'all want to portray that y'all are. and then you turn around and say this in a confessional. Like, I hope Papa Scott called him up and was like, Negro, what you say? Like, what?
You want me to come back?
I will come shove out 1,800 of these cigars up your ass, son. And light it up. Okay, I don't smoke cigars. So I'm wondering if y'all knew, or if anyone in the chat knew. Okay, when Marcel lit the cigar with a long piece of paper, is that called something? Is that how people like cigars?
Not necessarily. Most of the time, people
fancy, sophisticated, distinguished.
Most of the time, that people who smoke cigars, first you got the cigar cutter, and you cut that one little piece or whatever. Yeah. And what they like to do is they got those like torch lighters that have like the little circular thing, so it lights the whole thing all together. Or they get those fancy lighters that you flick open that have the big flame or whatever, so you're supposed to light the whole thing, you know, evenly or whatever. I don't know what was up with him doing that. It looked like it was a fire hazard to me. But
listen, I don't know anything about that.
He said a fire hazard.
I'm like, dude, you couldn't have just got a little torch lighter or whatever. I don't know, but
yeah, that's why I'm like, what's that about? Is that fancy? I didn't. That's why I asked. Like, I never saw that before.
I've been to a lot of cigar bars. I ain't never seen nobody like no cigar.
It looked like a perfume tester sample stick thing to me. That you spray the perfume on and wave it and smell it. That's what it looked like to me, a little flimsy cardboard of that. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a cigar smoker, so I don't know.
He said that even if they were raised in the hood, they never did the hood stuff. And Dad is asking, explain to me exactly what that is. And he's going to details about that. What do you think about that?
About what now?
Remember when you said that, you know, he was raised in the hood, but he never did the hood stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. I mean, why though? I mean, you could have, couldn't you? I mean, you know what? Just because you are raised a certain way at home, when kids go to school, get with their friends, spend the night over their houses, go to parties, be lying to your parents, and then you out doing this, that, and the third. Like, you are getting that other side of life that you don't get at home. That is why kids go out in the first place.
I refuse to believe that he didn't do not one hood thing. I refuse to believe.
Even weed, like he met weed. Come on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You experienced all of that stuff when you went to school.
Okay, Clinton, I did not inhale.
Especially college, because college is hood and ratchet all together.
Right.
When you go to college, you find out about hood shit, ratchet shit, all shit. Like, you become
and you try everything once, and then you realize what side of campus you want to be in and what kind of crew you want to roll with. So I ain't believing none of that mess.
Exactly. Okay, and then you was in a fraternity, please.
Oh my God. See, I did not know that. I ain't never paid attention to it, the history like that. But what fraternity is he in?
I forget. Don't give me the line. They all sound the same.
They do. What do they do?
So they all do that?
No, they all. Hold on. We talking about Marcel, right?
Yeah, TISHA is like this.
She do this. Kappa Alpha. I think she Kappa Alpha.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know none of that shit. I don't know about pledging, Alpha, Omega, whatever. Omega something. Shit. It's pink and green.
Oh, he's a straight up dog. He's a Q. He's a freaking Q. Get the hell on up out of here. They have the worst reputation, especially in college. Now, once they get out of college and they start making money, they do wonderful things in the community, and you know they have to repent. They repenting for their 4 years of trash, okay, for the rest of their life, because for 4 years they was trash, and then they got to go repent. So
Or they did all that trash shit because they knew they couldn't do that shit when they got out, and they had to make something of themselves.
Right, and he went to Alabama.
That's like the girls got their hoe face. That's the men hoe face type thing because they always hoes. And that's what I'm thinking.
See, I don't know all these things. I have no idea.
Dale is an alpha and Kimmy is a delta. Delta, there you go. Delta, alpha.
What about TISHA?
Like, I don't get none of that stuff. I don't.
TISHA, is TISHA alpha or delta?
She an alpha, kappa, alpha. That's what it say on here.
Yeah,
I knew that. Yep, she's a kappa. Yep, I knew that one. And yep, yeah, I don't know nothing about sororities or fraternities.
No, but I will. Yes, Monique, Q dog. Let's see, them Qs is something. I'm sure, Mon, if you was over here and you was going to school in your college years and you saw all that purple and gold, and they was every time the Atomic Dog song came on, they was in the yard dancing and stuff. Straight up hoes. For 4 years, they was hoes. They was trash. They had nasty attitudes, and then they graduated. They got good jobs, and they became pillars of the community. That's what happens.
He's a mega kid.
Some of them, there's a small handful that still want to relive their college years in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, but we're not going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the majority.
All I know is I don't know nothing, but the one thing I like about sororities and fraternities is they step routines. That should be snapping.
Oh, yeah. And I love that. What is it? The male kappas when they get to shimmy in their shoulders and stuff. Like, woo! That just does something to me. So dope. It does something to me.
Shimmy. I'm
like, see the Q routine is a little rough. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of roughnecks out there. But when the kappas do their little line dance and they get to shimmy and it's real smooth. So you got your variations. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's that shimmy. I know that shimmy when they get down low and do that shimmy.
Yeah, but I got a lot of friends that are in the Greek life, and I mean it's a wonderful thing for them. But the Qs do potentially have like the worst reputation.
God damn it, that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's move on to this finally Letitia Spot event.
Oh Lord,
and so many things that happen. Okay, so now the whole setup is firstly we must put out there that when Tisha had invited Tiffany, that's when she learned how Tiffany felt about Kiki, okay? So she didn't know this prior until she invited her, and then it was like too late because she already invited her and everybody was coming. So Kiki came with the shits, okay? I mean, Tiffany came with the shits. Well, Kiki did too, though, but Tiffany came with the shits. They both did. Mm-hmm. So Tiffany, all hormonal and pregnant and beautiful and glowing as ever. Tiffany, she season 3 Tiffany came through, which would be her first season. And we know how she ran at the mouth when she should not have been. And she kind of did that tonight or at the spa night, and it got very questionable.
I liked it. I liked it.
Agenda.
I liked it.
And that's what I want, and that's what I couldn't wait to ask Maud. Because we have Tiffany and Kiki, 2 of the girls that you care the less about.
Mm-hmm.
Going at it tit for tat versus what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand, Maud?
I like
the whole Tiffany versus Tiffany.
Please confess. This is going to surprise you. I actually liked them both in this episode. I like the shade that Kiki was giving. I also like the shade. Oh yeah, it's me. I'm still the one. Yeah.
Am I in life? What is happening? What?
I did. I actually enjoyed. In fact, I wanted them to go on and on and on. I was like, okay, I like this. I'm here for it.
What did you like? They were going back and forth at it.
I liked when Kiki is saying, of course, she has to look like me. It's a compliment. Who else does she want to be looking like in the whole wide
She
world?
was confidant that night. She was confidant.
She was.
Confidant.
I didn't know she's younger than Kiki, than TISHA. Is she?
Alexa, stop.
I'm not even about to say nothing.
Oh shit, you here?
I was just letting my dog out.
I was gonna get away with it. I thought I was gonna get away with it. So every time at 10:30, my thing still goes off like clockwork, and every night me and the
Oh, I see.
I don't know why you just don't unplug it.
At 10:30 every night, and I always have to tell her to shut up.
And Dina is over it. She's
no,
like,
because I didn't told her to unplug it. I didn't told her to reset back to factory settings. I didn't told her to do to reset it back, download the app, all kind of stuff, and she has done none of it.
There she is.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Can we discuss how half of the co-workers doesn't know how to read a room? Tiffany likes to instigate. Go away, Tiffany.
Baby, I like Tiffany, baby. I like the Tiffany of this episode. What do you think?
The whole Tiffany and Mel moment had me dying. Okay, so first of all, Mel was definitely deflecting. Okay, that is deflection 101.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tiffany came ready to start some shit. She was on one from the get-go. But I don't know her angle of why she was saying what she was saying to Mel, though. That's what threw me off. Like, why are you saying this to Mel?
She's like, and she was very quiet, and the delivery was perfect. She's like, oh, but you're like surrounding yourself with positive people, right? And Kiki, and she goes on, and I like the point that if someone is doing this to the family, what do you still think that is some positive vibe or energy? And now it's like, I'm just enjoying it.
I'm enjoying the colors and the ambience. I'm just trying to enjoy. Trying not to be the bitch of the group, so let me.
But
I just want my peace.
Mm-hmm.
And you deserve your peace, girl. Get your peace, however you can get it. Because I'm all about somebody having a peace, Zen baby. But
Stormy.
Yes, Tiffany cannot read a room. Tiffany can read a room. Tiffany just didn't care. Okay? Yeah. Tiffany did not care. That's what that was.
I was like, yes, Tiffany, keep that pregnancy up until you finish this season because I need that energy. I'm like, don't give birth to that child right now. Keep that child. Keep that baby. She's trying
to get anything she can out of Mel, but Mel is not biting at all. Mel knows what she's doing, okay? Mel knows exactly. Mel has played this game before herself. So Mel knows what she is doing. Okay, so you got to think about it, though. If she was to agree with anything that Tiffany said about Kiki, she would kind of have to admit to being that herself because she is the other person who was talking with Kiki about her cousin and all of that stuff and all of that jazz and brung her to the party to begin with for this to even happen. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like she can't, jump on that bandwagon and not get some of the heat that would follow for herself. Mel knew better and she's smart. And
yeah, she wasn't trying to incriminate herself in nothing.
My G.
And
that was a classic move.
But if Kiki was such a good friend to Melody, And so, she was only inviting close friends to her Christmas party. Why haven't we seen her shoot any scene with Kiki so far? We haven't
So
seen
far
it.
this season?
Yeah. I mean, don't you go back and regroup and say, that because the reunion, it kind of you'd expect her and Kiki to continue kicking it, right?
Because if you think about it, though, if you were to see them being close, working on their thing, it would kind of take away probably of Tisha and her mending their thing.
No, I mean, because you're not being malicious.
Camera, yeah.
You're not being malicious. If this was a genuine friend of yours, the only reason we were having issues with Kiki and Melody friendship is because of the things they talked about. But whenever Kimmy and Melody have a friendship and they're talking and they're chit-chatting and they're doing anything, we never talk about any maliciousness over there. And so we celebrate that kind of a friendship. I'm saying if this was a very good friend of yours, that you claim that you knew her prior to you knowing Tisha, I would expect by this time at least let's see some, scenes you're shooting with your good friend. Number one. Number two, in that spa, I could see how uncomfortable Stormy was. She kept asking, "What did you guys think about Tisha inviting Mel? What did you think about it? Well, how did you guys think about Tisha?" I mean, she kept insisting on this. I'm like, there's nothing to think about. I mean, I'm invited.
Right. But I forgot about this part. Again, Tiffany, what was she on that night? Why did she put that sock on her hand and start that whole puppet mess?
Tisha shut her down. Tisha shut her down.
Tiffany just mad she can't drink. That's what it is.
Maybe. Perhaps she was. But she's still none the least. But when I wonder how Mel would have felt about that had she said that in front of Mel though. Because guys kind of poking fun at Mel because that whole joke was about Mel. So I wonder how Mel would have felt about that had she been in the room when Tiffany did that.
Well, she's not watching it.
Had Tiffany done that if Mel was in the room. That's also something to think about. You think?
Maybe not. I mean, she was questioning her about her positive energy and peaceful vibes, and over here, trying to shade her. Or are you going to bring somebody who is already doing these things to family? What makes you think she's not going to do these things to you? But I hated the way they ended it. They need to stop. This branch should have been, the spa date would have finished it and not continue the next episode. This is why are they saying to be continued? There was no drama, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Because they need to drag out these episodes.
Yeah.
It's like when they don't have enough substance or content or whatever, they gotta start dragging stuff out.
I missed Maurice. I missed Motel. He never appeared on this episode. I don't know why they're doing that.
Today we didn't see. Did we see Maurice?
No,
we didn't see Maurice, and still we haven't seen Lewis yet. And still no Destiny.
I know.
Still no Miss Wanda.
I miss Destiny. I need Destiny to come back. I miss Destiny.
No Miss Wanda yet, but we've got Miss Marlene and Miss Betty already. We're not getting Miss Van. We've got Mr. Scott. So where's Miss Wanda?
We're gonna have Miss Wanda.
All these parents coming when we ain't got Miss Wanda. So
I watched Tisha talking to DJ Richie. Is his name? And she said, yes, we're gonna see Miss Wanda. We're gonna see Miss Wanda at some point. We can see in the trailer we see, Stormy's mom, and it's like a setting. They all have the hats. I'm assuming you're gonna have moms around that time. So we'll
Oh,
see
okay.
we'll see what happens. Yeah.
We'll see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did we cover everything? Kiki versus Tiffany. Yep, we got everything. So I cannot remember what happens next week. But I think we see.
Did you see anything that is happening next? I don't remember.
I don't remember if I saw what happened this week. Because I think by the time I finished, it was time for me to go, and I left because I had watched it at work, and I never went back to see what happened next week. But of course, it's going to be a continuance. Hopefully, it's a continuance of what else goes down.
Of the
Because I could have swore words were exchanged between Kiki and Stormy at some point.
Oh yeah.
Because remember the other girls in the other room, Stormy heard her name being said, so she came. So that's when they came in the room, and she was like, "Continue talking about Stormy,"
Oh,
Also, didn't somebody say, if you're gonna talk about me, make sure I'm not in the next room or I can't hear you?
That's Stormy.
Yeah, I think that's Stormy. So yeah, so we still
because Stormy at that Christmas party, she was speaking on Marcel. Oh, does everybody? I hate the way Stormy does her nose and her mouth whenever she's trying to be. She's like, Did people talk about Marcel cheating? I mean, girl, you're just so new to the show.
Remember because she said that Marcel had posted the boys trip thing to deflect away from him of Maurice.
And then she said, how come we don't talk about Maurice? She's like, how come we don't talk about Maurice cheating? We only talk about Marcel cheating. And her nose and her mouth keeps going up and down. I'm like, girl, stop it. But okay, Stormy.
Oh, we've got a fan. Monique is a fan of Stormy's. Okay.
I don't mind her. I actually mind her.
She is great. She is liked on this channel. Stormy, you are liked here, just so you know. Okay. All right, girls. Well, that does it. Any final thoughts for this episode? Or
nope. I'm just waiting to see what happens next.
Yep. It's like
nothing.
I know I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not emotionally invested as some people because I only started watching last year. So
don't hate mine. Don't hate mine. Mind you hating over there? Ooh, them eyes gonna get stuck. Be careful, honey.
Well, look, my husband is a doctor. He'll fix them.
Who your husband? Okay, I completely missed this.
Because you said her eyes is gonna get stuck like that.
No, but who your husband?
Is my husband a doctor?
Oh, I thought you said my husband.
Don't do that again because my vodka was about to get to my eyes. Don't ever do that.
Yes, so I said my husband is a doctor, so he can fix them.
My bad.
Oh, okay, yeah, y'all are out of control over here. I ain't got no husband, but I need one.
I thought you was being funny. I thought you was being facetious. I thought you was being
honey. But I'll take a doctor or a lawyer. I surely will.
I thought you was being on Marceau on me. My bad.
Look, and if he need a visa, I'll take him too.
Oh, okay. I can link you up then. Here I am.
We'll talk about that offline because ain't nobody trying to go to jail.
Ma, remember what I need you to find out for me.
I know. I'm still working on that. I'm working.
But yeah, we need to close this down for somebody to end up in immigration jail. And I do not look good in orange like that.
I do. It's got to be that burnt orange, that money orange, I call it. I know that car orange, what the cars are orange. I call it money orange because I figure if money was orange, that's the color orange money would be. So I call it money orange. Anyway, yeah. What we got coming up this week, ladies? Let's let the folks know.
I have put a ring on it review tomorrow at 7:30. And then I saw, you guys, did you ever watch Ultimatum on Netflix?
Yes.
I think it's coming up. A new season is coming up.
Did you watch the second season? I didn't even watch the second season.
Oh, it was so good. I watched it.
I didn't even watch the second season.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bad taste in my mouth from the first season because of who I.
And to the undisputed receipt queen, Netflix, people from Love is Blind, they're really, really like saying it was terrifying. It was all this when we were shooting for Love is Blind. We were deprived of food. People, we had bodyguards standing outside the door. We could not leave. I tried to tell them I have suicidal thoughts, and nobody's listening to me.
Ooh, okay.
I did send you guys. Check. I sent you one
That's
of
that's going a
the
lot.
complaining about it. I sent it to you guys on our membership group. You should see that. It's like,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tomorrow, me and Dina will not be doing SOA because it is my sister's birthday, and I'm going to
happy birthday,
sister. I love sister more than I do to you, more than I love you. So hi, sis. Hi, sis.
She probably left by now. She ain't said nothing today, so make sure you inbox her and let her know because she will love her. Happy birthday for you. My gosh. But she's only 2. Y'all the only 2 she like. Well, probably because y'all the only 2 I really speak highly of. So. And then, of course, my mom loves Dina. My mom be coming on and talking to Dina. You gotta meet my mom next time. That's why you're gonna have to come on a 2 rounds. Oh yes, I am 2 weeks away from being able to drink liquor. 2 rounds will be back, and I decided we're gonna do 2 rounds like once at the beginning and once at the end of each month. It's not gonna be as
I would love to come. I would love to join. Yeah.
And I always tell you because you are a good drinker, so you should join 2 rounds.
A good drinker?
We're all good drinkers.
You're a fun drinker.
You gotta make up a drink. You gotta find a drink recipe. You just can't come on and drink, Mod. You gotta find a drink recipe and share it with the people.
Yeah.
And Hennessy and apple juice don't work. Don't come on here with no vodka and orange juice. You got to go to the Google, go to the Google and find a drink recipe and make it.
Cocktail. A cocktail. That's got like 3. It's got to have more than 2 ingredients. It's to be considered. And ice and limes are not included.
I feel like I'm being attacked on this live.
No, we're just letting you know what you need to do.
We're just letting you know the rules and regulations.
Yeah. It's not just drinking. So you got to pick out a cocktail and you got to get the ingredients. We make them. We talk about them. We drink it. We talk shit.
Okay. I'm here for it.
So we
just talk about we drink and talk about whatever's going on that week in the world.
I like that. I like that.
It can be social issues, reality TV stuff,
just
stuff
random stuff
on the internet. You got a new lipstick today. Your kids,
I like it. I like that.
Put your wallet in the toilet. We want to hear about your day. It's just a vibe. We're just gonna vibe.
It's like the kind of what Dina was doing Hot Topics on Sunday, correct? Something like this, but then.
Yeah, well, we're just freestyling.
No, it's no set thing. It's like the purpose is to share cocktails with people, and then we gonna throw in a little conversation. But the conversations are random. It could be about your work day, marriage, your kids working your nerves. We just gonna drink and share the recipes and talk about whatever.
Venting and gossiping. Drink, vent, and gossip.
Drink, vent, gossip.
Drink, vent, and gossip. That's where we go. That's all it's gonna be. DVG. That's how we gonna get down. So so we're gonna be doing that once at the beginning of the month and one day toward the end of the month. So and those will be random as well. Whenever we all got time to do it, we gonna do it. I want to try to be a Thursday because it seems to be a day that none of us really have anything going on.
Yeah, snowfall is over now.
So we could, keep that going. So we can do that. But we will be. We gotta watch. So we have Bad Boys and Baddies West. Are we doing them both on Tuesday?
Yeah, we're gonna do both on one live.
Okay, you do that. So we got a lot of things coming up. So and your interview with Z was great, girl. Great.
Congratulations.
Yes, girl. Yes, you are killing it with these interviews. I am so proud of you. You are great. Okay. You keep doing what you're doing, baby. You keep doing what you're doing. So everyone, make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on TikTok. We are on Facebook. So make sure y'all follow us and make sure y'all hit the notification bell so y'all don't gotta miss a thing that any of us go on with our shenanigans on each of our pages. Ladies, yes, Miss Maud.
I was just gonna say, Young, Famous, and African is coming up, and I want all you guys, the two of you, to watch so that you can review that with me.
I am already on it. I am already on it. I am already on it. Yes, I've already been posting about it and all of that good stuff. So I am so ready because the way it left us last season, my God, they got a lot of nerve to leave us like that. Okay, my lovely ladies, I will see y'all next time. It's been beautiful. Everyone, y'all know what this is. This is Kamisha Reviews Crew. Thanks for watching. We out this nasty thing.